Hello, 8th grade mentors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your first 8th grade activity. Rumor has it that your 8th graders really enjoyed that activity. There was a lot of discussion. And just to remind you, of course we're doing different activities for those 8th graders because we feel they're at a point where they want to take it to the next level. They have lots of questions. They want to talk a lot more. And so on and so forth. So we feel that if we can elevate the kind of activities we're giving them, that we can, really engage them. And hopefully really, impart some really great life skills, some great stuff that they can use as they transition to high school. So hopefully you're enjoying the 8th grade curriculum. All right, without any further ado, we're going to keep exploring this concept of leadership. So this week's activity is called What Makes a Leader? And really overall the objective of this is to use a little multimedia. Yes, we're using a little multimedia. We're going into the new generation. But what that means at the end of the day, we're going to show 2 videos. So we're going to show 2 videos of 2 very strong leaders. All right, 2 videos of 2 very strong leaders, and they're actually principals. So hopefully they can get in that mindset and really understand, because we're making it really about being a school or being in charge of a school, and of course they're students, so they know that experience all too well. With that all said, with watching these videos is to get an observation of different leadership styles. Different leadership traits and so on and so forth. So hopefully through watching these videos they can identify principles of strong leaders, traits of strong leaders, and then hopefully at the end when we're done with this session, as we get to the conclusion, then produce their own personal kind of mission leadership statement. All right, and then at the end they're going to create a personal leadership statement. So we're going to start off, before we even show the videos, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with our question of the day like we normally do. So what qualities make for a good leader? So what qualities make for a good leader? So again, throw that out there. Hopefully you can ask them to maybe think of a leader in their lives and why they think they're so great. Are they organized? Do they communicate well? Are they compassionate? Are they strong decision makers? Are they flexible? So on and so forth. So have a great discussion and maybe, ask them who that person is, why they think they possess great qualities, and identify those qualities. So again, get them to identify and have that discussion about leadership qualities. Next thing is your energizer. You're going to move into an energizer. And the energizer, again, is kind of to push and explore a little bit more about leadership. And this one is called, I forgot the name of our, it's called Decision Maker, right? Decision Maker. You're going to break your students into teams about 3 to 5 students. They're each going to get a deck of cards, all right? So smaller groups. You guys decide how you want to divide those groups, smaller groups. They'll each get a deck of cards. And in that deck of cards, they're going to do this. It's pretty simple. They're going to separate the cards into 2 piles. And that is leaders versus followers. Leaders versus followers. So again, they'll sit in their groups, they'll go through the card, and they're great. So I've got, let's see, I'm going to try to get one that might be in the middle there. I can't find one right now, but here we go, let's go. Sidekick. So where would we put the sidekick? Would we put them in the leaders or in the followers pile? More than likely they're going to choose the followers pile. And then let's choose integrity. And integrity, that's a great leadership quality. So integrity we would put in the leaders pile. So that's it in a nutshell, pretty simple. Deck of cards, create 2 piles with your teammate or teammates. 1 pile is leader, 1 pile is followers. All right, so that's your energizer. Next is that main activity I told you about. So, listen out for your coordinator. I don't know if you're moving to a classroom or you're going to view these video clips, the multimedia clips, in your own classroom. But you're going to have some video clips there. But before you even get started showing the clips, let the kids know in advance that they're going to take notes. So they're going to get an observation sheet, so let them know in advance. They've got to take notes, and we want them snoozing and pulling their hoodies over and taking a nap or getting on their phones, right? So tell them that we want them to really look at how these principles deal with the challenges, and then what are their leadership qualities. So how do these principles deal with the challenges, and then what are those leadership qualities? So they'll take those notes in these boxes. There's one for there's a row for principle 1, and I mean a column, and there's a column for principle 2. All right, so the video clips are these 2 principles that two very challenging schools. And that's really what they're going to view. And they're really good videos. They're short and sweet. Once they're done with that, then let's have another healthy discussion. You'll recap. We'll go around the room, ask them to talk about their observations. And then when that's all said and done, then explain to the kids the best way to understand your own leadership and mission is to observe others. And that's really what we did today. We gave them an opportunity to observe two very distinctly different leaders and observe their qualities. Now, what we really want to do is then have them break up into pairs. Maybe they can still stay in their same pairs as they did, or groups as they did when they were doing the cards. And then they're going to complete a job description. They're going to complete a principal job description, let me add. It's important, make sure that they're basing these principal job descriptions, as I wrote here, based on the video clips. So make sure they're putting it in the proper context, all right? So they're going to create that job description based on the video, the multimedia video clips that they just saw. All right, so the job description, they'll get one, something that they fill out. It's pretty simple. And it said, if I were principal for a day, job description. So, you know, one of the topics here, one of the fill-ins is education and training, the tasks that a principal has to complete, leadership qualities required, again, education and training, tasks that a principal needs to complete, leadership qualities required, experience, and then last but not least, they conclude this worksheet or this handout with their personal leadership mission statement. So maybe it's to guide middle school students growing up in challenging urban environments to recognize and reach their full potential. So maybe that's their mission as a principal. And that's it in a nutshell. Again, giving the kids an opportunity as they're getting ready to bridge into high school. Hopefully their takeaway, we've been developing their leadership skills, and they'll move into high school being strong leaders and looking for opportunities to get involved in activities that continue to build their leadership skills. So again, hopefully they can grow up and be really healthy, productive citizens. So enjoy yourself. Don't forget about the discussion. Have fun. It's Will signing out.